welcome back. I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we have no clue what's going on,
map,
but
Tomb Valley.
we are back.
Yeah, in Tomb Valley now, and Genius is in the lobby, so...
I would say Genius DRG. There he is. It is DRG.
This is going to be a sick match. I don't know what happened to Mini. He was probably beamed up by space aliens.
Oh my god, he was abducted?
Probably. I don't know where he is. Listen, I was on the case, and listen, if Wolf can't solve a case, there are aliens involved.
What do you mean if Wolf can't solve a case? Wolf will have to stand up first to solve the case properly.
Listen, sometimes cases can be solved without standing up. Sometimes standing is required. Sometimes laying down is required. Sometimes climbing ladders. Oftentimes scaling the side of a building. I've done all of these and more, but it's time for Genius versus DongRaeGu here. Here is the current score. Currently DRG and Bomber leading the group as expected.
Yeah, exactly. Genius needs to win here and he needs to know. And one of the problems that I have, I don't know when the next break is going to be. Are we having 3 matches now, as usual, or...?
I don't know. See, everything is turned upside down.
I'm not used to this, Wolf. I don't know if I can adapt to that.
Well, listen. As long as you don't get abducted by aliens, everything's going to be fine.
Oh, I will make those aliens pay, believe me.
But they don't use the same currency as we use, so it's going to be a little...
That would be so funny. You get abducted by aliens to beat the hell out of them. Then they send you back like 2 minutes later. They're like, no, we don't want you. We're taking that skinny guy right next to you with the blonde hair.
Dude, I want to hang out with some aliens, man. I teach them all about...
Oh, you want them to experiment on you, don't you?
I want to teach them everything about humankind. I want them to experiment on me and give me superpowers, of course. Imagine Detective Wolf who could shoot laser beams out of his eyes and turn Hot 6 into gold. Imagine that.
You would be rich here in Korea.
I would, man.
Hot 6 is everywhere.
I got a lot of Hot 6 at my house back at home.
Look at those two guys. Aren't they sexy? We have 2 players on camera.
They are so friendly with each other. They know each other really well. DongRaeGu is very well aware that Genius has a keyboard cover on his keyboard. He also thinks it's weird. I didn't ask him, but I know he does, because, listen, the only people who don't think a keyboard cover on their keyboard playing StarCraft is weird are people who put keyboard covers on their keyboard who play StarCraft with them. Everybody else thinks it's weird.
Okay, now you're being weird. But the game is loading, and Tomb Valley is going to be the map. That's, of course, a bit of an advantage to Genius here, who has to play a little bit earlier. Yoda Mini is going to be played later. Apparently, Mini is still having some problems. We are heading into this game, guys. This is, of course, Group B of the Up and Down matches. 2 players advance to Korea. The rest will be stuck in Korea for another season. Let's see who's getting ahead here. The game about to start. Genius against DRG at the GSL Up&Downs. Starting to the bottom left of Entombed Valley is the Protoss player. He's still on Slayers. Slayers team will officially disband on the 3rd November, so up to now the team still exists. His idea is
Slayers Genius.
Lost game number 1 against Bomber.
Yeah.
Cloud Kingdom is now down 1 map against an opponent who was already able to edge out a win in the first game. Was able to win against Yoda. Here we have him starting to the top left, starting for Team MVP. His ideas.
MVP DongRaeGu.
And DRG and Genius, former teammates, both finalists of, I guess it's 3 seasons ago now. And DongRaeGu was able to take that championship. The way he's got his jacket folded, you can't see his medallion that he's got on his chest.
Yep, can't see the pins. But what we can definitely see is that he's starting things with a 14 pull. Pretty normal, what you would expect here. On the other hand, that Genius is not building a forge just yet. Looks like he's going to head into Nexus first build.
Yeah. No forge, no folly.
The Overlord will scout it pretty soon though, but that doesn't mean anything. On this map, a Protoss player is able to get a 3rd pretty fast. There are so many different strategies that you can play these days. Originally, it was just trying to get into the late game, but this is a scenario that for most Protoss players has become very uncomfortable, because Zerg is just relying on a huge amount of Infestors and Brood Lords, and then you are in trouble. So these 11 gate attacks on 3 bases have become much more popular, especially on this map.
This map is one of the best maps to do that strategy on. He does decide to drop the Forge actually before the Nexus as he blocks the hatchery, cancels the pylon, And in fact, the drone, he knows the drone's not going to be dropping that hatch, so sends the probe back down, doesn't leave the pylon. Third base has been taken, and I believe Genius actually saw that. I think that's why he canceled the pylon like he did. Yeah, no, actually didn't check.
No, he didn't check yet. He does not know for sure that there's an expansion, but of course he will assume that there's one. And look at this wall that we already have. We have now the gateway building, the cannon, the Hellions. Yeah, well, not quite. The Zerglings are already speeding across the map, trying to chase down the probe here. DRG he wishes that he had a few Hellions.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be so awesome if you suddenly just, as an Easter egg, suddenly Zerg can build Hellions. I would build only Hellions and I would punish Terran the entire time. I would only build Hellions. Well, then, ha! There you have it. That's what it feels like. You like it? No? Then I didn't think so.
Well,
taste of their own medicine, Wolf. That's what it's all about.
I think he needs to do some counseling about this. I don't know, man. Like, do you have some deep scars from Hellions? I think.
I do!
By the way, DongRaeGu is making a ton of links right now. He's making 12s early, he's hiding them as well. He's only going up to 16 drones. He wants to just go and abuse this wall. There's a huge gap here. This could work. It's going to be a slow ling attack. It's what Leenock has shown several times in the past. He's just using the extra hatchery for production.
Yeah, he's only building Zerglings, nothing else. That's how Leenock defeated MC on Cloud Kingdom.
Yes.
But it's very risky. It's really taking a huge risk here. If those cannons are up and he cannot completely block.
He's got the block, 6 more lings on the way, but he shut down all the scouting. Genius has no idea this is coming. 8 more lings on the way. And if he moves that Zealot to let the probe out, he's gonna... he sees it now.
Yeah.
Makes another gate.
Builds another gate. Another cannon is on the way already.
He's gonna need more than that gate though once the pylon goes down.
Yeah, he needs another structure, but he has the resource, and there it is. This does not look good for GOMTV. Not at all.
Yeah,
he's droning up already, and he's down to 16 drones.
I found the strategy really interesting, but it's just it's not gonna work out. Oh, we trapped the links. No. He wants to use the force field for a potential Banelink follow-up to this, but there's not going to be one. Now, DongRaeGu does have a lot of production with the 3 hatcheries to drone up, but the worker count now is 36 to 21. He lost all those links. The unit lost tab.
Yeah, interesting is the right word to describe this strategy. This is one of the things that we talked about earlier. If it works, you look like the boss because you're like the guy who figured out your opponent's weakness in the small 4. If it doesn't work, you look a little bit silly, and this is exactly what happens to DRG right now.
Even killing those rocks is not going to help him.
Yeah, he's so far down in the harvest account, and this is a very dire situation. The thing, on the other hand, is of course that with the 3 bases that he already has, he will be able to close the gap in the drone count very fast.
Yeah, DongRaeGu he's killing these rocks because he thinks that maybe he can find a way here, maybe he can harass Genius. But Genius has a full wall, so he can't actually get out of his base without killing one of his structures, even if the rocks are down. I think DongRaeGu realizes now that killing these rocks is not really going to be too useful for him. And the pylon will be killed here, so Genius can move out. Power's one of his gateways. Not too big of a problem, though. Now, he's getting a Twilight Council with his Robo, which indicates he's not going to just do your everyday standard Immortal push.
Yeah. Certainly looks like more he's going maybe for Blink Stalkers because he knows that the tech for DRG is going to be
my coffee
really late now.
On my pants. I don't know what to do, Calder.
Stand up and get it clean. Go.
I guess I gotta do that. I'll be AFK a second, guys. My coffee's exploding on my pants.
Wolf just killed his cup, guys. I've never seen anything like that before. His cup literally just exploded. The bottom broke off, and all coffee spilled on his pants. Okay, drama here at the GSL booth. First, the Minnie Mouse is causing some trouble. We have Genius versus DRG, and then Wolf is being killed by his coffee. I think that's probably the revenge of the aliens that abducted him and were not too pleased with his fashion tips. Anyways, the 4th base is now going up for DRG. The one problem that he is now facing is that his entire attack was really delayed by a lot. With the production that he had and all those additional lava, he was able to get his drone count up. He's already at 65 against 52. But his problem is that Blink is now being researched, and we have Genius heading into a robotics bay as well. He's not even taking a 3rd base with this. He's just trying to take his opponent down on 2 bases. Right now, gonna hit a timing. And we have him warping in units. He's also now with the sentries in a good spot to block the screen. Nice, really well done. And he can do a lot of damage here, really a lot. He already has +1 attack upgrade, he can 2-hit circling, and as long as he keeps on warping in units, he will be fine here. He might actually be able to take this game and just see how much he can actually kill here. The Zerglings are streaming in from every angle, but the next round of warp-ins are ready. And Genius is doing a great job here. DRG is struggling a little bit.
Needs to pick up those sentries when the Lings come out, though, and speed is not quite done yet for DongRaeGu.
Yeah, eventually Genius has to get out of here, but that was really a good trade for him. He killed so many units. The resources lost are now roughly at 2,200. Everything's going wrong today, by the way.
I know, man, the studio's falling apart. What is happening?
This gate thingy to my left that I tried to secure, someone just ripped it apart and it broke.
It broke.
It actually broke.
I'm cleaning up coffee while we commentate this. This is insane. But
guys, don't worry. Even if the ceiling is going to crumble, we will cast this game.
We will cast this game.
We will stick it out.
I'm just glad the coffee didn't spill on our audio equipment because it almost did. It was a miracle.
Well, the Colossus, the robotic space now done. First Colossus is building. We have Genius still trying to do some damage here with his warp, just being annoying. But DRG is on 4 bases, and the more time passes, the better for DRG. With all the lava that he has in this bank, he can, every single time that he loses harvesters, he can rebuild them. He lost in total 16. That's how much damage Genius did with this attack. But Genius is still preparing. He's even now taking the 3rd base, not going for the 2-base timing. That's what we originally assumed when we saw him go for all this tech and everything. And because he's playing this a little bit weird, DRG is now not only able to close the gap between the two of them, but also in a great position with 4 bases. He's getting more harvesters, 11 Mutalisks.
Yeah, there's not even close enough Stalkers to deal with this right now. At this point, there's only... He just warped in a few more. He's now up to 4 in total. He's got 5 sentries out on the map as well. This is why he's getting hallucination, because he's playing this a little bit blind, you know, because he doesn't know exactly what's happening. And he doesn't have an observer out on the map, so the hallucination is going to be really useful for fighting these mutants, but will it be too late? He doesn't have any cannons in place.
You know, the thing is, at first it really looked like he wanted to go for a 2-base timing attack with his tech, because he knew that DRG's tech was so late that he couldn't get his counterattack out in time. But then he decided to go for the 3rd base after all. He lost so much time with the 3rd base at this point, though, that DRG right now is able to get far ahead of his opponent. He even has a 5th base. Genius defended against the slowing attack, but then made the wrong decisions, was a little bit too hesitant, didn't follow through with his original idea, and now he's falling behind.
Yeah, he's a decent ways behind right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on through here, because DongRaeGu's having a 5th base come up right now. There's no way for Genius to move out and punish him for that. And he's making 6 cannons right now because he's very stressed out about the mutas he's just now spotted. Nice defense so far, though. He doesn't even get that cannon. DongRaeGu is going up way high in the Mutalisk count. 18 of them out right now. He's going up to 21. Looks like he's going to actually max out with Mutalisk.
By the way, your pants are wet.
I know, man. Ran the chair.
Mutalisks are getting in there, taking down the first few cannons, and the Mutalisk count is getting pretty high. It's already at 19. He's building another 6. He really wants to overpower him with Mutalisks. This is what we've seen Hyun try to do in the 3rd round of Code A. Didn't work against Vampire because Hyun fought those Stalkers head on. DRG isn't doing it. He's going in, doing damage, and then backing off again.
Yeah, he's just basically keeping Genius stuck on 3 bases. And because Genius is Huck, I don't know. I mean, Genius is not Huck, so I don't think he can make this work.
Genius
forever.
Is much taller.
Yeah, he's very much taller than Huck.
He's not that small. He's pretty tall, actually.
Yeah, he's probably like maybe 176 to 180 centimeters, I would say.
Who?
Genius?
Yeah. No, Genius is a lot taller.
Is he taller than that?
He's taller than I am, and I'm 177.
Okay. I thought he was about the same as you.
Mutalisk going in here.
Storm is ready. Really good, and oh wow.
Ouch.
This is what Genius needed, but the Mutalisks for the most part are still alive. He needs to actually finish them, Mortal Kombat style, and the Stalkers may do just that.
He's getting out here. He needs to get a few queens for the transfuses, but this is exactly why Mutalisks in those numbers are not used against Protoss anymore, because as soon as the Protoss player has Storm available and Blink Stalkers, you are in a spot where he can kill your entire army with just a few good Storms, and that's exactly what we saw.
Is asking for trouble, and he cancels his troublemaking. Pylon will go down here. The reason why that happened was because he 1-8'd his army, and the Colossi were able to walk, whereas the army was not. He was trapped in there. He knows the Mulists are so low on hit points that now he can move out because the stack defenses and storms he's got back at home will be able to deal with the Mutalists when he goes for a counterattack. Look at how low those Mutalists are.
Yeah, and they're only lings on the ground. All these units that DRG is building now are so vulnerable against storms.
Yeah, and he's going in. He's got some storms up here. The pylon wall was just barely not ready in time.
Genius has to come back. He has no chance of actually just moving out right now. He can't trade against this. He needs to come back, and that's what he does. And he's going for the Nexus immediately. He wants to snipe the main base, and he's going to kill it. Those Zerglings are enough to take down the main base, and at the same time, the rest of the Mutalists are heading straight to the natural. There are 32 Mutalists on the map now.
Yeah,
he's everywhere.
Pylons here, and the main base is bouncing between the bases. This is a great map for Mutalists if you can get ahead with them. And DongRaeGu gets out, barely losing any Mutalists. Looks like about 2 more are going to go down here on his way out of the base. But he killed the Nexus, and DongRaeGu now is... Let me see how many hatcheries this is. I would say he doesn't have a macro hatcheries. He's got 5 hatches, but they're all up. They're all mining. He's even got gases at his newest expansion. Genius is on 2 Nexi. He can't move out and take the 4th. There's no way for him to. Uh-oh, this may have been a mistake.
Yeah, the army for Genius is better. That's the big problem that DRG has. He has the bigger army and he has a great composition. There are Spine Crawlers, but are there enough? Once again, the run back, and the Colossus exposed and dies 2-hitted by the Mutalisk, and now they go in. They can take down the Cybernetics Core, and they do it. They take down the Cybernetics Core. No more Stalkers, and he is just trying to kill these bases, going for the base race scenario. Oh my god, Genius against DRG after this slowing attack that completely failed. Who would have expected such a match?
This game is looking pretty crazy. One of the last 2 Nexi will fall here. Genius did not have the resources to mass up cannons back at home. He's got to be careful with his Templar. One full energy Templar gets poked down by a Spine Crawler. Genius is making a few extra cannons out. His main base looks like he's gonna, well, his main base now is natural. He's got 8 of them and a few Templar. He's going to want to use those storms beautifully if he wants to hold.
The Templar can win this match.
He's going home. Yeah, I think he may be right. He's going home to defend. There's only 1 Templar with 2 storms available here. Oh, Mutalisk flying over some Stalkers.
He needs to take out this Colossus as fast as possible, and here we go. The first storm starts in. He's moving in. He's fighting this army. He has the numbers. He has the Mutalisk Scout. He's taking out Stalker after Stalker, and this army size is dwindling. Genius is going to lose this army for sure. There's nothing to save them.
Yep. And he will get this extractor, but that's the last thing he's going to get. He's got no real mining now, whereas DongRaeGu has 2 bases mining. The 3rd base doesn't really have any drones at. These Templar are super exposed.
The armor upgrade is about to finish. We have 10 additional Mutalists being produced. He has so much. Genius is just in such an awkward spot now. He's trying to fight, but the only thing that he can do is hope for good storms. If DRG is able to dodge the storms, he's going to win the game.
And the storms are not going to work against those Spine Crawlers. DongRaeGu has the mining he needs. Just continuing to get those Mutalist upgrades. +1 armor, as you said, about to finish here. This Nexus is not going to... It's not going to be easy to hold. He may be able to do it, though. He can't. He doesn't have the storms next to it. And no cancel.
Yeah, no cancel, and now he's losing even more money. He's already 60 supply behind his opponent. You know, the studio is falling apart, your coffee cup is falling apart, and it looks like the same is true for Genius.
Yeah. You know, the saddest story about this game is that Genius had such an early lead.
Yeah.
And he was not able to capitalize on DongRaeGu. Caught him off guard. He played a little bit blind. One more storm will do it, but guess what? He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it at all.
Yeah, but he loses a few Mutalists. He should not be overzealous here. I'm actually just waiting for him. How many harvests does he still have? 70. He should get a lot more minerals than he currently does. He dumps everything that he has into upgrades and Mutalists. Actually, if he switches his tech at some point, he could, well...
He could get an infestation pit and start to get a few infestors to help out.
I'm even just wondering about roaches, you know?
Yeah. There are no more mortals on the map. That's a very good point as well. The Stalker wants to be annoying.
He doesn't really have the upgrades.
That Stalker better be careful, man. He's about to fall off the cliff.
Yeah, today everything is about to
Look at that. He's got to be so careful.
He's tumbling.
Yeah, look, he jumps down the cliff or gets killed by Mutalists.
Yeah, well, that's it. Sorry. He thought about it for a second. He was like, okay, do I commit suicide
it's
or
like
do I
when
actually just jump over?
You're on the window and there's a fire behind you. Do you just die to the fire or you jump out the window? I don't know. Tough choices.
Yeah.
Tough choice. Tough to be a Stalker, man.
That Stalker was in a lost situation.
Yeah.
But now another base for DRG, and DRG is getting the infestation pit now. But the amount of Mutalisks is really crazy. This is like old school ZDP. 39 Mutalisk, another 6, he will be at 45. So many cannons. They're getting one-shotted by this Mutalisk swarm.
Yep, he's taking some extra hits here, but he does not care at all.
No, as long as he dodges the storms, he's fine and he knows it.
Yep, the storm actually kills probes only there.
Yeah, nothing else. +2 armor is on its way. He wants to fight later on. And more High Templar, of course, for Genius. He knows that he needs to defend these bases, that he needs to max out his army and then push out. But Genius now taking, DRG taking base after base, getting more and more upgrades, is in such a great spot. Hive Tech is now coming up for him.
Yeah, this is looking worse and worse for Genius all the time. Pathfinder Glands now halfway done. Mutalisk will be chased away once more, but he gets a good trade out of it. The army supply is 115 to 90. Genius's army straight up would beat DongRaeGu's if he gets the storms off, but DongRaeGu's just not fighting strip. That's the strength of Mutalisks. They do bounce damage. They're just easy to move around. They're very mobile. And he eats a storm, but he doesn't care. He's just going to get out of here. But the Archon wants to connect, and oh! Those are some sick Archon attacks there, but he doesn't finish them off. And they slowly regenerate over time.
There's just too much. There's too many Mutalisks, and if you fan them out correctly, if your Magic Box, an Archon alone is not going to do enough. You need a lot more Archons to take this down. And the problem is that the mining for DRG is so much better. His Hive Tech is nearly completed. There are 8 Infestors now on the way.
Yeah. He only has +1 armor for those Mutalisks, I believe. Oh, he actually finished +2 now as well. Means the Archons are going to do a little bit less damage per shot. It's going to take about 3 to 4 shots to kill a Muta, but his Nexus will fall. DongRaeGu has enough spines up at home with Infestor support that Genius can't go for the counterattack. He actually has to turn around, but the Mutalisks will be long gone by the time he gets home.
If you are facing this attack, you need to have the defense in your main base so that you don't end up base racing your opponent, because against Mutalisks this is not a battle that you can win unless you get the storms off. So always leave a few Templar behind and try to take those Mutalisks down. If you don't do it, then you will eventually lose the game. This is not about killing the army, it's about killing the buildings. And Genius just won't have them. There are too many structures for DRG on the map, and if he plays it smart, he will just send out a few drones right now and build bases everywhere. He certainly has the money to do it.
I think even with the bases he already has, it's going to be impossible for Genius to actually break through. The Fungals here are decent. The Spinecrawlers are taking out Zealots left and right, though. He's not able... normally in this type of scenario, you want to use your Colossi to siege up the Spinecrawlers, but it doesn't matter because he's out of time. He's now being revealed. He has a total of 0 probes on the map. Yep. Cannot make any more structures. Supply blocked, in fact, as well.
The game is over. He does not defend. There are only the few structures that you see at the bottom left of the map, and that's where the Zerglings and the Mutalisks are.
GG.
Genius is 0-2 in the group. DRG just won his second game. Well done. Genius definitely in trouble, and DRG, as expected, is currently in the best position possible to take a win in the group and go straight to best.
Well, Caldor, today was the first day I wore these pants in a long time. They were washed, they were clean, they were hanging in my closet for a while, and they were dried. I hung them in my closet, and I was waiting for this day to wear these pants, and now pants have coffee on them, and I'm very upset about that.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
It was the bottom broke out,
The bottom broke out.
I just saw the water pouring and you were like, what to do?
I think the part of the reason might have been because I refilled it several times.
Oh, wait.
And with really hot water.
While we have it on, do you see this, guys? This is one of those border thingies. And I complained the last few casts, like the last 3, that this weight thing is not there. And people keep dropping it on me. So today, before the cast, I actually walked backstage, looked for the weight thing, put it on there. And even though I did that, as soon as the cast started, the first guy pushed it over, it fell on me again. Thanks to the weight, it bounced back, but still hit me. And then earlier in the game, after Wolf suddenly got distracted with his coffee and we casted the game, one of the producer girls runs across the thing somehow with a cable or whatever, gets stuck at this, and rips it right off the stage into the crowd.
And it was like, broken what? Now. It's like totally, you guys can't see it really. Yeah. You can see part of how it's broken, but
it's completely broke. It's completely demolished. They're probably going to switch it with yours.
We need a new stage setup
here,
maybe. Yeah, I think I'm going to have some...
You know what's going to happen? Next time it just won't be there.
We need
it just will be gone. That's all that's happening.
We need to put this like GSL on TLC or something.
Look at the map.
Yeah, Ohana.
Ohana. Will we finally see Mini against Yoda? What do you think?
I don't know. I really want to hear about his experience in the UFO and the aliens that he met. Did he meet
I thought you were in
Protoss?
the UFO.
What?
I actually spoiled people earlier. I gave your secret away. But
What?
the aliens sent you back because they weren't too happy with your fashion advice. They were like, no, Wolf, that's not right. Do aliens have hair?
Some of them.
If there are aliens out there that are currently watching, if you have hair, abduct him, not me. He can tell you all about it.
I
Bad
can
choice.
tell you how.
Bad choice.
I
Really
can
good
tell
choice.
you how to fix it. You know, some of those aliens are not doing it right.
Yeah.
The Zealots, they don't really have hair, but they
Oh
have
my
these
God.
neurons and things. And
What
I
you
gotta
could
say,
do with Chewbacca?
Oh man, he would have a
Wow.
new life. Have you guys?
How many colors? How many
think about
colors
this.
would you have with
Think about
Chewbacca?
this. Blue Chewbacca.
Not blue. Come on.
No,
you
blue
need at least
Chewbacca.
3 colors.
Well, of course, you know you have yellow Chewbacca, red Chewbacca, and blue Chewbacca. That's your
3
primary
colors for
Wookiees.
one Chewbacca.
No. You have them all separate. Listen, man, you don't know what you're talking about. What you have like one, like his legs are yellow, his torso is blue,
No, like
his
a
head's
cow.
red.
You make sprinkles.
No, that's not how it works, man. It can't work
come
like
on. That is
Listen,
much better.
you gotta have the primary Wookiees, okay? Then you have the RGB Wookiees.
Okay, if there's someone watching right now who has paint skills or whatever, I definitely want to see Chewbacca style. We want to have a few Chewbaccas.
Now the question
Tweet
is,
them
when
at us. I wanna
Wookiees
see that.
age, does their hair turn gray?
Wookiees?
I don't
Gray?
think so.
That would look so silly. A gray Wookiee?
Well, actually, I watched the Star Wars Christmas special with Doa, which, by the way, never watched that. Ever. Ever. Never, ever watched that. But if you have watched it, you'll know that the older Wookiees don't look too different. They just look old. I don't know how else to describe it.
That's actually pretty sad.
Is Minnie is actually still not in the lobby, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, so we could talk about something else. We could actually have like this really serious. We could talk about politics, for example.
We could. Hold on.
We could also write a book now because Minnie is still not there, and I actually doubt by now that Minnie is actually here. I think that earlier when we saw the shot of him in the booth was a recording. There was a recording. Did you see him?
I didn't see him.
Did Detective Wolf see him?
I didn't see him.
You see? You can turn around now and look for him.
I'm just telling.
Detective Wolf, go on the case.
I'm telling. I'm telling the observers that I want to ban him from the league.
Why is Legend mentioning his puppy all the time?
Yeah, he's saying that
The puppy actually
he said he's
destroyed his
done
room.
playing with his puppy and he's coming here now. That's what he said.
Okay, so we're waiting for Minnie. I have this weirdest deja vu. I feel like I've been in this position before
I think
today.
so.
Okay, so Yoda is supposed to play against Minnie. That didn't go too well the first time that it was supposed to happen. Then, from that point on, everything just completely... everything went south. Wolf wet his pants.
What? That never happened.
Yeah.
You want me to show the coffee with the hole in it on stream? I can't because there's still some water in there somehow.
Wolf wet his pants. Our
Alright.
stage collapsed. Oops. Oh yeah. Can you see that? it's really broken. It's completely broken.
This day is just I'm scared.
Genius threw a game away because he decided that he really likes DRG. And yeah. And then we come back and wait for Minnie, and Minnie is still not ready.
So what actually happens next is that we go back into DongRaeGu versus Genius. My coffee spills again.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
The slow links come. We just repeat this over and over and over and over again just for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. How's the movie
I
called?
hope you guys really like.
In English, I only know the German name.
There's a lot of movies
Greyhound
like
Day?
this. I don't know this. Oh, Groundhog Day. Yeah.
Groundhog.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know
Groundhog.
this.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys like the GSL because we've been watching it for a long time.
People trying to turn it off. Touch the mouse. It doesn't work. It's another Minnie Mouse.
I'm like, should I?
It's the curse of Minnie.
Should I be using this to this time to be like trying to plug my Twitter more? I don't have 13 Twitter followers yet. I'm 73 short. I wonder if 73 people will follow me and I have 13 before Minnie comes.
But then I want to hit the next 1,000 as well. What's my next 1,000?
Let me check yours.
How much do I need? I don't think that's gonna work.
So it's
I think I just hit
You're just at 17, man. You're fine. You're all right.
Well, if 828 people follow me right now, then suddenly I have 18. That would
Well,
be
if
better.
73 people do it right now, I get 13,000. We do this.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm really being a little bit greedy here.
What if 73 people follow you, then you're at 17.2. Okay, so that's fine. You get a small leg up there if that happens in each case.
Mini and Yoda don't have a Twitter, by the way. I plugged all the Twitters today in my tweet about the players who's in the group, and Mini and Yoda don't have a Twitter. I was actually really surprised that the LGIM player doesn't have one. With the SDX player, I was like, okay, well, Caspar most likely is not really into Twitter that much. All the Brood War players, some of them have Twitter, but not all of them. In Starcraft 2 universe, most players have a Twitter account by now, but some of them don't. And LGIM has these LGIM accounts, like all of them are the same. But yeah, Yoda doesn't have one. It's actually a little bit sad. We're still waiting for Mini, by the way, and just in case that you are wondering while we are talking about Twitter. And
I don't actually know what's happening.
do you guys know what actually is a little bit sad about Korea, at least for European? Koreans don't have coffee. You have these coffee shops everywhere, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, you have everything. There's so much. Cafe Pascucci, what are they called? There are 1,000. Cafe Banner. And they always have like white chocolate mocha, caramel macchiato, they have vanilla latte and all this stuff. But you don't get a coffee. There's no coffee. You get like a black coffee. Oh, something's happening.
Yeah, Mini is back.
Oh my god, it is happening. Yeah, you get a black coffee, but a normal coffee, a coffee with milk, it does not exist in Korea. They don't have it. I tried it several times. I went for the regular coffee. Guess what, guys? In Korea, a regular coffee is not a regular coffee. For a European, that's a problem. That is really a problem. But well, one problem that we solved is we found Mini. It wasn't easy, but here he is.
Yeah.
Mini against Yoda. The map is Ohana. This is the match we were all waiting for.
Mini's been gone for thousands of years. He's actually traveled the universe several times in the time period that we were sitting here. And we'll see if he can use his newfound knowledge. He may not even remember how to play StarCraft 2. He's been gone for so long. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this group anymore.
You know what's going to happen right now? The game starts. When you pause the game, it's like my mouse isn't working.
Please no. I hope not.
It's going to happen.
I don't think so. The Golem Wizard, though, is on standby.
Yeah.
I see him.
He's on standby. Indeed he is. The game is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Up and Downs Group B with Carl and Wolf.